All right, Patriot Convoy XL, internal RAID enclosure. RAID in here, just here. Really weird and cool stuff. Stay tuned, we'll talk about it in a second. All right, check it out. This is the Convoy XL from Patriot. It's a 3.5-inch enclosure for 2.5-inch hard drives. But the really weird part is that unlike the Convoy, which is the regular one, it's kind of just a box where you can put your SSDs and then it gives you SATA on the back so you can put it in your case. Same deal, but it's got built-in RAID. I couldn't figure it out. Oh, wow. Very interesting. Check it out. Going on the back here, you got a power, you have a SATA, and there's no second SATA, even though there's two drives in there. It's because there's a built-in RAID controller in this box. You can actually set up your RAID using these dip switches. You can see right there, they have an on position and an off position, and basically between which ones you set up, it's going to let you change the mode. So you're going to be able to go to RAID 1, RAID 0, or JBOD, which is pretty much going to span all the drives and give you a large library. So you have two 64-gig drives, you're going to get 128 total. That's what JBOD does. RAID 0 is going to strip them, and RAID 1 is going to mirror them. Now looking at the front of these things, very nice little enclosure, all aluminum, so it is going to expel all the heat that the SSDs produce, which is again not very much compared to a hard drive, but you can also store in here some pretty big hard drives as well. Remember, anything in the 2.5-inch form factor is going to fit in here. So just to give you an example, here's a 64-gigabyte SSD, and if you wanted to stick it in there, well, you know, you just slide it right in, and if you want to put a second one, there is one more, and basically you can see from the right over here, they're still sticking out a little bit, and you kind of just push them in. These kind of close, and you push, and they lock in, and then they're all the way down seated, and there's a little lock right here. You lock that down, and bam! RAID 1, 2 drives, 1 SATA port. Really, really interesting stuff. And just to make it a little more interesting than the last one, you know, the Convoy, which is, you know, no RAID features, check out what you get in the box. This is some interesting cables here. I'm going to pull them all out just to show you because they're really odd, peculiar cables. You won't see them very often. Now, first of all, this one is an eSATA over here to SATA. Okay, so that's what's going to do is let you use this as an external hard drive. Basically, what you're going to do is you're just going to plug in the SATA right there, and this is going to go to the eSATA of your PC. Now, to provide power, you still need power, so how do you do that? USB. Here's a SATA plug to USB. That is weird, but very cool plug, and I can tell you this is probably one of the most useful plugs you'll ever find. You just use one of those and you're straight. So now you have it powered, and then it comes with a mini USB cable pretty much that plugs in right over here. It's actually going to let you access it, and there's even comes with a stand so you can stand this thing up vertically. Now it's not really meant to be used externally. It is an internal, internal product. They do want you to put it inside your case, but it comes with a stand, and it comes with these cables. So obviously they also have the idea that somebody is going to actually grab these and use them as an external enclosure, which are going to be really useful for. Now, another thing to note on top of all this is that if you had a 3.5-inch drive and it was exactly this big, the SATA connectors right here would be in the exact same position. That means that if you have hot-swappable bays on your computer, let's say you have the new Corsair Obsidian case that has those 4 hot-swappable bays in the front, you can put 2 SSDs in here and slide it directly in. So that's a very, very interesting feature of the design. You could also put this into a larger enclosure. Maybe you wanted to have 2 redundantly backed up SSDs inside of a portable hard drive. You get a 3.5-inch enclosure, stick this in it, and now, although it's not a big 1 terabyte drive, you have 2 64-gigabyte drives that are very, very fast. And that might only apply to a few people who would actually want to do such a thing, but for those people, it's a solution that did not exist before. So really, really interesting stuff, really interesting product, and I'm actually going to use this right now. It's going into my computer because I need someplace to put my SSDs, and the duct tape and super glue is not cutting it. So the Convoy XL by Patriot, really, really nice product, quite affordable, and is a very nice solution to get your 2.5-inch SSDs and hard drives into your PC. Really good stuff. If you have any questions, email me. See you guys next time. For more information on the Patriot Convoy XL 3.5-inch dual SSD internal enclosure, type in P336036 into the search engine of any of these major retailers. For Computer TV, I'm Albert. All right, so you want to put some 2.5 inch